from your breaking news and weather authority. This is 13 Wham News at 11.
We begin with breaking news tonight. Congress pulling the plug on the popular Cash for Clunkers program.
Anyone who has made a deal with our dealership, we will hold out on delivering that vehicle until we're sure this program is reinstated.
Good evening. Donna's in the Breaking News Center to tell us in a word.
Oh, this is huge, Jenny. This is huge, especially for those who have yet to take advantage of the program. Now, the program officially kicked off on Monday. As you know, it offered owners of old cars and trucks $3,500 or $4,500 toward a new, more fuel-efficient vehicle. Well, the Transportation Department notified Congress late today to halt the program before it runs out of money, based on a survey by the Automobile Dealers Association. Through late Wednesday, 22,782 vehicles had been purchased and nearly $96 million had been spent. And dealer concerns about backlogs prompted all of that concern. We turn now to 13 Wham Sean Carroll with reaction from local dealers and customers tonight. Sean?
Yeah, Don, the Cash for Clunkers program had customers lining up out the door of local dealers like Vision Hyundai here in Henrietta. Gas guzzlers were being traded in the moment news that this program was being suspended actually broke, much to the sudden dismay of customers and salesmen. The program has become a victim of its own success. Clunker owners lined up at dealerships ready to cash in. Then this.
I need the attention of all my salespeople and the customers that are currently in this showroom.
In just 3 days, the program was nearly out of money. Cash for Clunkers is being suspended.
Anybody who has in the process of making a deal, you can go ahead and consummate that deal, but we're certainly not going to deliver the car until we know what's going on. Again, I apologize, but I don't run the government.
Knowing where we are right now and the number of deals that have not been entered into the system due to the glut that's actually taking place there, I think the government stepping back from this and trying to figure out where we are is the right thing to do.
This customer was just in the process of trading in her '88 Lincoln Town car for an Elantra.
The whole dealership went dead. It was like, what just happened? We were literally just waiting for we were waiting in line for the finance guy to finish the papers.
And as Emily drove away, a salesman is left with one lasting feeling.
We're sick. I feel really bad for the customer. Emily, sweet girl, her husband, young couple. They were excited about the new car. They had that big stinking Lincoln they needed to get rid of.
That young woman's parting words to me were, my car needs an oil change. I didn't want to put $20 into an oil change, let alone another tank of gas, if it was just going to be smushed. Now local dealers with upwards of 40 pending clunker transactions in the works like Vision Hyundai's here are hoping those deals don't get smushed.
The old stinking Lincoln. And you put the squash on that, but he read that right off your BlackBerry tonight.
Literally, we brought the wire company to Vision Hyundai here. They read that to the customers once they realized there was a chance they'd be cutting deals that they might never see the money for.
All right. Hey, thank you, Sean, out in Henrietta tonight.
The Cash for Clunkers program is still in effect this afternoon. Congress is moving quickly at this hour to commit some more money to it. The program offers an average of $4,000 to drivers willing to trade in a gas-guzzling clunker for a brand new car. As 13 Wham Sean Carroll tells us now, the $1 billion set aside for this program was gobbled up in less than a week, Sean?
Just 4 days, Doug, and we were here at Vision Hyundai in Henrietta last night. We broke the news to the general manager that the program was being suspended. He immediately got on the loudspeaker and halted all pending clunker deals tonight with word that $2 billion is on its way from Washington for this program. The GM has changed his tune slightly, but still he's wary until he sees that money of all future clunker deals. Last night, customers spilled out the door of Vision Hyundai, many ready to take advantage of a $3,500 or $4,500 credit towards a new car if they traded in an old clunker. Then word from Washington came down that the Cash for Clunkers program was out of cash.
But that is all we know at this point. This program has been suspended. Hopefully something will change and we can get back on track.
Today was about getting back on track. With more cash presumably on the way, Joe Chambers reassessed the situation.
We have decided to take the gamble, take the risk. We're going to deliver out what we have, which is 26 pending deals. I've got another 14 that we're going to deliver today. The big problem, Sean, is trying to get these into the system.
Chambers hired extra help to process these clunker deals with the feds, but that alone presents a problem.
We had one after 8 hours because the system kicks you out, doesn't let you in. It's just a nightmare.
There's no denying the program was a success, but it appears to also be a victim of its own success.
The $1 billion is gone. The question is, how much more is gone? Right now, I have $115,000 outstanding in rebates that I don't know when I'll ever collect.
Once again, Joe Chambers saying he's moving forward with the 40 clunker deals his sales crew already made, but until he knows that money's coming from Washington into this program, he's going to hold off on making future clunker deals, for lack of a better term. Now, one of those clunker deals was cut short last night. Coming up at 6, we're going to revisit the story of this young woman's stinking Lincoln, a car she was ready to trade in just as the GM announced over the loudspeakers that Cash for Clunkers was being suspended. An update on that deal coming up in the next hour, Doug.
All right, Sean, it's been an ever-changing story over the last 24 hours. Now, the House has approved another $2 billion for the program. Today, that happened today. Now it goes to the Senate, and the program would continue into next week. Either way, the Senate will vote next week. And as Sean mentioned, though, you'll really want to check with your dealer to see if they are still taking part, because they are putting some money on the line to be part of this. Do you think Cash for Clunkers is fair? Is it a clunker? We've heard a lot of opinions from, yes, the early bird gets the worm, to, no, this money won't last long enough. Send us an email at news@13wham.com, and we will share some of the messages at the end of this newscast. Still ahead today, we'll find out what is hot on 13wham.com.
But first, Chief Meteorologist Glenn Johnson has that Weather Authority planning forecast.
Remember this stinking Lincoln? This was a Cash for Clunkers deal suddenly put on hold last night. I'm Sean Carroll. Coming up new at 6, how this deal got done today and the future of the Cash for Clunkers program.
From your breaking news and weather authority, this is 13 Wham News at 6.
Good evening. Well, the Cash for Clunkers program is back on the road again. The House voting quickly today to send the billion-dollar program an additional $2 billion after it ran short of funds yesterday. Now, last night, 13 Wham Sean Carroll met one woman looking to make a deal. It was cut short last night because of all the news that was breaking, but he reports today that her stinking Lincoln is finally off the road.
I need the attention of all my salespeople and the customers that are currently in the showroom.
Over a loudspeaker last night, Vision Hyundai's manager put a halt to his Cash for Clunkers deals upon learning the program was out of cash.
That is all we know at this point. This program has been suspended.
This young woman's deal was dead just as it was being completed.
We were waiting in line for the finance guy to finish the papers.
They were excited about the new car. They had that big stinking Lincoln they needed to get rid of.
And after driving away disappointed, that stinking Lincoln returned this afternoon. Vision Hyundai would honor the deal. Emily would get her new Elantra.
I'm so happy that it's finally going through.
Parting with her Lincoln was emotional. Emily bought it 4 years ago after being diagnosed with cancer, but a Cash for Clunkers opportunity was too good to pass up.
You know, 1988 Lincoln Town Car falling apart. It was a no-brainer. Get rid of it with the Car for Clunker deal. Cash for Clunker.
Visions decided to honor the 40 pending clunker deals, but is still facing challenges getting the deals processed with the feds.
I hired 2 temporary girls to come in and put these things into the system. We had one after 8 hours because the system kicks you out, doesn't let you in. It's just a nightmare.
But a successful nightmare, one that was almost too successful.
Oh, this has really done wonders for the economy. It's not just us and the car manufacturers and the dealers. It's the state getting sales tax off of my car.
Now, despite more money committed today by Congress to the Cash for Clunkers program, many dealers are taking the stance that Vision Hyundai is, which is they'll process the deals they already made, but they're not going to move forward with future deals until they know this money will be available, with so many buyers lining up for that $3,500 or $4,500 incentive towards a new car. The dealers wonder if that $2 billion committed today, Don, has already been spent.
I think your next assignment, Sean, is to follow that stinking Lincoln to the junkyard.
I think we should do that next week.
We have an
I bet you
attachment
it's
to it
sitting
now.
way in back of Vision Hyundai right now. Well,
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye on it.
All right, we all have an emotional attachment to it. Thank you, Sean, out there tonight and last night as well. The House did approve another $2 billion for the Cash for Clunkers program today. Now, the Senate is expected to act next week as well, and that program should continue through the weekend into next week. But as we heard from Sean, it's up to the dealers to decide right now.